going back to normal. We would like to really meet with you on a regular basis. Current situation outside, COVID situation, does not really allow us to be in one room in a hotel, as we usually get together and exchange information, meet and create business contacts and expand our network. But we would like to still be with you. Welcome to our conference. I would like to give you some overview of technical situation or on your screen to give you the best experience from this conference. When you look at your screen, on the left side you see a menu. This conference will be bilingual, so there will be English and Slovak. There will be English and Slovak panels. On top of that, you see original stream as well as translated stream. For those who doesn't understand my Slovak or who doesn't understand my English, you can switch between those two streams. There is an agenda button. There are speakers, bios, and a couple other information. On your right side, you see Slido. There are two tabs. Q&A, which is standard view, is available, so you can post there any Q during any of the session. And there is a second tab in Slido, which is poll. We will be doing some polls during the conference. We would like to really get your opinion. We would like to get your interaction with us. So please use that function. And obviously, in the middle, you see the main screen. This conference is broadcasted live, and we would like to make sure that you're really with us. Conference is about going back to normal, and normal is defined a different way. However, we would like to really give you perspective of what happened in 2019 in the Business Service Center Forum. So let's kick the video. So that was the initial video with all the information from 2019 when it comes to 32 companies in Slovakia. This video will be available on our social media after the conference as always. But I would like to make sure that you guys actively watch and engage with us here in the studio. We prepared a short poll, a very easy question. We'd like to know where you watch this conference, either from home office, from office, from a virtual location, somewhere in a beach, on a vacation resort. So if you go to your right side of the user interface and click on the tab poll, there will be a poll, and you can select any question, any answer which is really closest to your current situation. And after the presentation, we will look at those results. All right, so let's look at the Business Service Center Forum results for 2019 a little bit closer. When we look at the objective or mission of Business Service Center Forum, it didn't change. We still are here to raise awareness of the Business Service Center Forum in Slovak economy, help it grow in Slovakia, which is the primary mission of the Business Service Center Forum. Goals are still the same. First and the most important is to ensure that the information about the sector and concerns and solutions and best practices are shared amongst the members as well as with the government officials. Second, interact with government officials, local or state, and ensure that our labor market legislation, corporate social responsibility activities, and obviously legislation itself is available and is heard there. And the third, the last but not least, is still to interact with universities and high schools, because human capital, human resources are really important for the sector. Without people, we cannot be really successful here. When we look at data for 2020 for 32 companies or Business Service Center forums, this is how it looked like last 12 months. Our average ratio of women and men, first time in history, exceeded 50%. Companies employing in Slovakia had more women or employed more women than males, which is a really incredible achievement. 11% of the citizens and the number of university graduates remain about the same, around three quarters of the population. When we look at the other statistics, organizations still remain pretty flat, 9.6% management. Despite all the challenges which were in the world in 2019 and early 2020, the sector grew 3.5% in Slovakia, which is incredible, and we will be talking about that. 34,000 employees work for a business service center in Slovakia, and average age is 34 years, so very young population there. When we look at where business service centers are located, we can see that on the east side of the Slovakia, meaning Košice, more and more companies opening their branch offices or headquarters, which is really incredible, and we love to see that from the AmCham perspective as BSCF, because we would like to make sure that the business service center forums are represented evenly across the entire country. Services which are provided from business service centers remain about the same, evenly distributed between customer service, finance, IT services, providing majority of the activities in a business service center forums in service center companies in Slovakia, where engineering, technical, human resources, and legal and procurement are still growing, but not really creating a significant portion of the activities. When we look at the languages which are being supported, there is not really big change, slight movement in different languages. Some languages increasing proportion of use, some languages remain the same. We can still see English, German, French, Spanish, and Portuguese are really being really the strongest or the most used languages in business service center forum companies. When it comes to average salary or weighted average salary over the last 4 years, it continuously grew, 2.5% on average. Last year was only 20 euros on average, and I will speak about that a little later in our panel with the government officials. However, what is important when we look at all other economical situation or other economical statistics for Business Service Center Forum, employee income tax grew as well as the salaries. Social security has really increased significantly. And what is most important for us, and this is subject of discussion with the government or political representatives, salary expenses increase to 824 million euros a year last 12 months. COVID changed the way how we interact. COVID changed a lot of things on our private as well as business side. And we also really introduced this section into our survey and asked companies how COVID really changed their experience. And here are some of the interesting information. 97% of members declare that they continued their operation with minimum disruption during the pandemic. They were able to switch from office to remote location, home office location, or any other place where employees could continue, and they did not really experience any impact on their operation. When we look at their performance and productivity, 87% of the members did not experience any change in productivity, efficiency during the pandemic, or which other indicator. And some of them say that it even really grew or increased, which is really incredible. That shows how strong business service sector is, how really is really, I would say, resistant to external challenges, as for example, pandemic situation. 3/4 of companies declare that 70% of their employees still continue work from their remote location, from home office or any other location. 80% of the companies did not ask government for any support, financial or any other. We exclude the payment for parents who had to stay at home with their kids while the schools were closed, but the government, companies itself did not ask for any compensation. As you can see from the previous stats, that the sector was really strong, performed very well, and there was no impact when it comes to revenue or income for those companies. Challenges 2020. What is in front of business service center companies for the remainder of 2020 and going into 2021. This is also a new section. 53% of the companies indicate there is a very little change in their processes, while they still continue. 25% of the companies still expect that there will be further centralization. Business service center companies or forum members really are really strong companies inside their own ecosystems, so their sister and daughter companies, so they continually consolidate their activities into Slovakia. When it comes to automatization, 44% of members plan to automate at least 10% of their processes within the next 2-3 years. However, 41% of the companies do not have set any target when it comes to automatization. All right. So 41% of the companies expect that their employees will continue to work from remote location, 1 or 2 days from office, so it will be hybrid arrangement, and around 3 to 4 days remotely from the comfort of their home office or any other remote location. With that, 53% of our members said in survey that they consider reduction of the office space. They don't see a reason to really have so much space available for the companies, because they don't really expect that employees will come to the office in a near future. When it comes to changes on a number of employees, 81% of the members said they don't expect any change in number of employees, which will be really indicating some layoffs or some headcount reduction. But they obviously indicated that they will be, on the other side, growing the centers in Slovakia. Human resources. This is our traditional section of the survey, where we ask our members how they are doing with the human capital. So when we look at what is the main concern when it comes to human resources, 61% of the companies says that lack of labor resources is critical to their business plans and to their business initiatives, right? So and they are really considering seriously not to grow their expansion in Slovakia further, as long as something dramatic will change on a labor market, and the skills which is required for their growth will not be available. When it comes to salaries, 75% of the companies said that they don't expect next 12 months salary increase or very minimum up to 5%. But it's still good that they consider this settlement to be really continued, and they don't really see any major changes on that front. Attrition, overall attrition within the sector remain about the same, around 10%, which is better than industry average in this sector anywhere in the world. So Slovakia is doing well, and obviously employees working for business service centers in Slovakia are really stable employees. Sponsors of the Business Service Center Forum are all companies who are aligned on the Business Service Center Forum. We'd like to thank you all members for being with us, all members really contributing to the Business Service Center Forum as such, giving us valuable feedback from your companies, giving us challenges which we as a Business Service Center Forum should really solve and really advocate on your behalf. And obviously, sector or Business Service Center Forum will not be successful without supporters. We would like to thank you, American Chamber of Commerce, being really a platform for Business Service Center Forum. Ministry of Economy of Slovakia really being really advocate and ambassador for Business Service Center in Slovakia, IT Association Sario, and 6 universities or faculties of universities, which we really continually shape our relationship as the forum. If you would like to really learn more or stay connected with the Business Service Center Forum, you can do so on a bscf.eu webpage or connect with us over Facebook or LinkedIn, and you will get more information there. Some news, videos, and anything which is really going in the companies. I would like to thank you all for participating in our survey, and I would like to thank you all for being with us as the members. Let's see the poll results, how we are doing and what we really see. Okay. So thank you very much for those who participated. We had 80 people who used poll, which is really quite good. Thanks very much. But as you can see in these results, 66% of our viewers are really looking at or watching this conference from home office. 31% of viewers are from workplace. 1% of the viewers is from the car, and 1% is in a holiday resort. So basically, it really shows how or really somehow correspond with the results of the survey. 2/3 of the people really still working from home and really being settled there, and only 1/3 is coming to office. All right. Well, thank you very much. With that wraps up our first section, introduction, and we are really we will be happy to really continue with you. So stay tuned, and we will continue in our program.